Well, US President Donald Trump's administration has warned the countries to cut their business ties with Iran or face secondary sanctions as part of economic D-Day. Our next report brings you all that in detail. Take a look.
US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has announced a new round of sanctions aimed at Iran. Bessent warned countries doing business with the Islamic Republic to stop doing so or face retaliation from the US.
We want to make clear here today that no one is above the reach of US sanctions. That if they facilitate transactions and are part of the ecosystem that turns Iranian oil into money, into repression, they will be targeted. We find that the best way to engage with countries is through quiet diplomacy, and we are level setting with every country to tell them our expectations.
However, Bessent did not name the countries that could face secondary sanctions. China, Turkey, and the United Arab Emirates are among Iran's largest trading partners. Last week, the UAE announced it would end all trade ties with Iran. Bessent said the UAE's decision was not a coincidence. Bessent said Operation Economic Outcast aims to financially isolate Iran from the global economy. Bessent's announcement came after US President Donald Trump vowed last week to unleash an economic D-Day against Tehran. Washington believes the new sanctions will put even more pressure on Iran's economy, already battered by previous sanctions and a US naval blockade. Shortly before the announcement, Iranian parliamentary speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf said the US was not in an economic position to further restrict Tehran's relations with other countries. However, hours before Bessent's announcement, Iran's currency, the rial, hit a record low. The currency was already under pressure before the war began, as Tehran faced double-digit inflation and negative growth. Since the war began, the rial has repeatedly hit new lows. Still, Iran retains a key strategic advantage, having managed to restrict commercial maritime traffic in the Strait of Hormuz. This has strained the global economy, as almost 20% of the world's oil supplies passed through the vital waterway before the war began. It has also put pressure on US President Donald Trump ahead of midterm congressional elections. Operation Economic Outcast comes as the Trump administration struggles to find an off-ramp after nearly 6 months of war.